Wednesday, February the 12th, 2003, and we're in the home of Mr. Paul W. Kolterman. Mr. Kolterman lives in Potawatomi County and out in the country north of Onega.
Now the red light's on.
So after your induction in Fort Leavenworth, then you went to training in camp in Missouri.
Yeah,
And you were in radio school in Kansas City.
right.
And you lived in a hotel there?
Yeah. 4 men to a room.
4 men to the room, huh?
There's 2 double bunk beds.
Uh-huh. And so you had an intensive radio training.
Yeah, I guess. Tried to make radio repairmen out of people that didn't know anything about radio.
To start with, huh? Well, you were a teacher. I suppose they assigned you to that.
Possibly, I don't know.
After that training, you had a short furlough home,
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
and then you went back to Missouri.
Right.
And how did you get overseas?
Just
You took a train from Missouri?
train and ship. Yeah, train from Camp Carter to New York.
Anything unusual about that trip? Was it a troop train?
Yeah, it was a troop train. It wasn't any. You just slept in a seat sitting there.
Uh-huh. You knew where you were going?
No.
You didn't know?
They didn't tell you nothing. No.
So you ended up in New York.
Yeah. We boarded. After we boarded ship, we boarded on the daytime. And next morning we were underway. We didn't know when it happened. We were gone.
How long did it take you to get across the Atlantic?
14 days.
14 days. Was that an exciting trip, or do you have any?
No. I don't think so. Matter of fact, I kind of liked it. Kind of liked running on the water.
Uh-huh.
Never thought about anything happening.
Really? You landed where did you land?
Oran, Africa. I can't tell you what the name of the country is,
Uh-huh.
but it's on the Mediterranean coast.
And was it a peaceful landing, or?
Oh yeah.
No.
We just landed at the dock.
Uh-huh. So, then what'd you do?
Well, we went by truck to this place, Ule Ramon. I can't tell you where that was. It was east, that's all I can say.
Uh-huh.
It probably took us, I think it took us 2 days. Of course, traveling by truck, you don't go very far. Convoy in a day's time. But I don't know, the nearest city was Constantine, and I never went there.
Uh-huh.
I can't tell you anything about it.
So were you in kind of a supply outfit, or?
Yeah, we stocked all kinds of stuff, from radio parts to generators. I mean, big generators. Some of them had cat engines on.
Uh-huh. Were you getting radios into repair?
Well, in a way, we didn't. No, not in Africa we didn't. But after we got to Italy, we did. Or they just come in bunches, in truck or something.
Uh-huh.
They didn't come in individuals or anything like that.
Oh.
What we did was they brought the radios in, and issued them new ones, and we tried to repair what they brought in.
Remember what outfit that was? What?
206 Signal Depot then.
Uh-huh. And you, so after the invasion left Africa, went to Sicily.
Yeah.
And you were, did you go
I
to
went
Sicily?
to, yeah, I was in Palermo, Sicily.
You were. You stayed there until,
You know, funny, but you don't remember, I don't remember, never thought about when we went where, you know, we just went. And I know we were there in Sicily on Thanksgiving because I guess they got a hold of a bunch of bad turkey because everybody got the GIs.
oh, on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, and part of the outfit left the next day, I think. They said that was quite an ordeal driving down the road. Everybody had to file out and not run down over the bank.
So, and it's after the fighting in Sicily, you went on into Italy. Was that the lower part of Italy?
Well, we went to Naples.
Naples.
We went by ship from Palermo to Naples. The first half of our outfit that went, they went by land. They went across the Straits of Messina.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we didn't have any equipment or anything to take with us. We just went by ship, small ship.
Have any trouble landing?
No. We got to Naples, it was nice and sunny, and pulled up the dock. I guess we was out in the harbor when we got there in the morning. We left in the afternoon. Left Palermo.
The front was on north of you then.
Yeah, it was, I couldn't tell you, I think it was after Anzio, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I never, like I say, I never tried to keep track of time.
Then the fighting in Italy lasted for quite a long time. You were.
Well, yeah, this place, Monte Cassino or something like that,
Yes.
they bombed that quite a bit, I guess, after we were there. But we were quite a ways from there. Once in a while there'd be an airplane fly over, but you were the only one, I think. That's the way it sounded anyway. Nothing ever happened. In Sicily, they have, I think about 10 o'clock every night, plane would come over. They called him Bed Check Charlie.
Did he drop any bombs or just fly
I
out?
don't think so, not that I knew of anyway.
Did you have to do any improvising with your radio repair work, or were you supplied pretty well with parts?
Oh, I think we tried pretty well with parts. If you didn't, you took it off of one that had something on it, you know. But first place, I wasn't a very good repairman. I could put things together if somebody told me what to do. As far as diagnosing what was wrong with it, I wasn't very good at that.
Well, after Italy, what happened?
Well, let's see, we went to France.
You ever get to Rome?
Yeah, I was just on a 3-day trip.
Oh,
You know, they hauled us up in the truck.
really?
Yeah, while we were in Naples, we went up to Rome for a couple of days.
You get to see anything there? You did some sightseeing? It was kind of an R&R for you?
Well, yeah, I don't know, we didn't get, just walking around, you don't walk very far. The only thing that I remember seeing when we came in, we came by this, what was it, the Colosseum, you know?
Yes.
Half standing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did drive past that when we came to Rome. And then we went to the St. Peter's Basilica or whatever they
Yes.
call it. And that's about the only thing I remember about it. We slept in a private home. We slept on the floor.
Oh. Well, was the war over when you got out of Italy?
No, no, it was still going on, and I don't know if any was in France, but they were still fighting in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, when did we? Well, let's see, we left Italy as in the summer of '44.
Uh-huh.
So, the war wasn't over what, till '45?
So you were in the service a long time.
I call it 3.5 years. It wasn't quite. It's 40 months.
3.5 years. You have any furloughs during that time? Other
No.
than the one here in the States?
No,
Really?
except they went. At that time we went up to Rome.
Yes.
For
Uh-huh.
a couple of days.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, oh, you get a pass to go to town.
Yes, huh? You experience anything like a USO show or anything like that?
No, no.
You didn't?
We were, I guess, too far back for that. I don't know. No, we didn't. Went to the opera once in Sicily.
Oh, did you? Well, that wasn't in English, was it?
No, no, I was probably in Italian.
Did you go up through the Alps, through Switzerland? And
No, no. Let's see. We left, well, when we landed in France, I really don't know this where. Wasn't in Marseille, but it must have been east of Marseille a ways. And in Marseille is where we were until we moved north. And let's see, we went up to Auxonne was the name of the place, I believe. We were camped in a schoolyard there. Had our mess hall in the school building. They were still having school there.
oh, really?
Yeah, the French kids. But let's see. Trying to think of some place. Auxonne was just a small place. Dijon or something like that was the nearest kind of a city, I guess.
Were you supporting communications then too, or
Yeah, I guess we was about the same every place we were.
everywhere you went? Uh-huh.
Just, and I was trying to think. I don't know where we had our warehouse and stuff in Auxonne.
Did you of your company have to move that equipment, or somebody else bring that in to you, like your warehouse?
Well, we usually had to pack it up and ship it.
Oh.
Well, when we ship stuff out of Africa, we load it on a rail car, on rail cars. But I really don't, most of the time, we didn't move anything. Somebody came to take our place and we moved on.
I
And
see.
they just took over what was there and we moved on to somewhere else.
Did you finally get into Germany, or?
Yeah, we got into, let's see, where did, Mannheim was the only town that, oh, they didn't even let us go to town in Germany. They took us on a truck and we drove around through Mannheim. That's all, we didn't even get off the truck.
Was the city largely destroyed, or was it?
Well, the part we saw, no, we had to cross the river on a pontoon bridge. I guess they
Oh.
destroyed the bridge, but
Where can you remember how you felt, or how you got the news that Germany had stopped fighting? The war was over.
let's see, where would we have been? I'm not sure. I really don't know about the German part. I remember about the Japanese part. 'Cause we were, well, they were going to ship us to the Pacific. And then they came out with this deal that if you'd been had so many points, been overseas long enough and whatnot, they could still send you Pacific, but they had to send you through the states.
Uh-huh.
So our company kind of got broke up, and the part that was going to the Pacific, they were loaded on ships in the harbor there, and the war in Japan was over. So they just sent them on home instead of sending them. So they got home before we did.
Oh. Did you have a sense that the war was about over before it actually happened, or?
Well, we couldn't tell from where we were.
Uh-huh.
Of course, you kind of figured maybe there's moving on, that they must be getting something going to happen. But really, I can't remember about the war in Europe, what happened, whether I suppose it came out in Stars and Stripes and stuff like that.
Wasn't any all of a sudden big announcement over speaker or something like that?
No.
Not for you, huh? Then, so you finally came to the States then?
Yeah, we got discharged pretty much after we kind of landed in Fort Dix, I think it was. And we even had Pullman cars that hauled us back to Leavenworth.
Yeah. That's where you were.
That's where I was. What do you call it? Anyway, let out.
And after the service then, what did you do?
No, my dad and I had a feed store and sold livestock and poultry feed, bought cream, chickens and eggs.
Yeah.
So I was there till he died in 1965, about 32 years. Then after that, I was bookkeeper out at the co-op for about 20 years.
Oh.
But I never did go back to school.
Didn't go back to
I
school?
filled out my papers one time to go, and well, you know how things go. Dad couldn't run it himself, and it really wasn't a good enough business to hire somebody. So you just stayed.
Okay, so you've been in this community ever since?
Yeah, I've been here all my life, except a couple of years I taught school. Well, on that, the first year I was here all the time anyway. Stayed overnight, because it was just up in Nemaha County where I taught school. But then when I taught up Fostoria, I stayed up there during the week.
That first school you were driving back and forth?
Yeah, it was only, 9-10 miles.
What kind of car did you have?
38 Chevy.
38 Chevy.
It was Dad's car.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, $50 a month.
That's what you were being paid?
Yeah.
$50 a month?
For 8 months a year.
Mm-hmm. What were you paid in the service?
About the same. I didn't get in on that $21 a day once a month. It was just a couple of months ahead of me, I think. They were getting $21 a month instead of 50.
$21 a day or a month?
Once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah, $21 a day. Well, that's what they always used to say.
Oh, once a month.
$21 a day, once a month.
I see. My, it doesn't quite seem possible, does it, these days?
No. We had some regular Army fellows that said it really made you a buck getting that $21 a month to try to get a little advancement, so you had an extra dollar or two. By the time you paid your laundry and insurance, and you didn't have much left.
Well, you gave a large portion of your life for service to your country, sir.
Well,
You,
it didn't seem like a long time. Not to me. I mean,
and you were in Africa and Sicily and Italy, so you almost got into the Pacific War, didn't you?
yeah, if it wouldn't have been for the ruling, I just, and then the war was over.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, we appreciate your willingness to tell us your story. We need to hear all kinds of stories. Yours is one that's not been where you were in combat, but you were in a
No.
support group and in communication, which was necessary. So, thank you for your participation.